Well, check. Welcome, friends, families, to our annual AAPI Assembly. I want to give a quick shout out to Miss Lamb, who has been unbelievable getting this organized. We had 2 performances yesterday where she brought in a bunch of high school kids from Von Steuben. It was an amazing connection. Our kids were excited to see them do their dance. It was awesome. She's been incredibly busy. She was in DC with our 8th graders while managing all this, getting this ready. So let's give her one huge round of applause. We could not do this without her. You guys are in for a real treat. I watched both performances yesterday. It was really amazing. So I'm going to pass it over to Miss Lamb.
Thank you guys so much for being here and supporting your kiddos, friends, and family. We really appreciate it. This support makes the kids so excited to really perform, and it gives them that boost of confidence that they are loved by their family and friends. So as we celebrate and welcome the beautiful culture that Rogers has to offer, we would also like to welcome and celebrate our wonderful new assistant principal with open arms and warm hearts. While we celebrate our Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we embrace the beauty of diversity and that enriches our school community. This month is a vibrant reminder of the many cultures, traditions, and history that makes us stronger together. Just as the new assistant principal brings a fresh leadership and perspective, we honor the voices and stories of AA and HPI communities that inspire unity, resilience, and pride all across many generations. Welcome abroad as we are excited to grow and celebrate together. All right, I'm going to pass the mic to the kids, and they're going to get started for the show.
Yay, Miss Cesario. Yay, Miss Lamb. All right. Good morning, Rogers community. Welcome to our Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander Heritage Month Assembly. Today, we'll be experiencing a celebration of cultures from Asia, the Middle East, Hawaii, Native American, and Desi countries. We ask that you remain seated, quiet, and attentive for all of these performances. And please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. For our first performance, let's welcome up the 5th grade Hawaiian hula dancers.
Okay, this one's for Gabby. Dreams that you did to, oh why can't I?
What are you doing?
I've been inspired to take on hula dancing.
Anyways, for our next performance, we'll have the second graders taking the stage to perform their haikus.
Good morning, parents. This is second grade, room 118. We are performing haikus made by Matsuo Basho. He was born in the early Edo period in Japan, and the name Basho came from a banana tree in his garden. During his lifetime, Basho was recognized for his work in poetic form that came before what we know today to be haiku. Over the course of time, Basho became recognized as a master of the haiku. His work is internationally known, and his poems are displayed at many historical sites in Japan, now known as Basho haikus. Every year in Japan, there is a celebration called the Cherry Blossom Festival. Cherry blossoms show that life is beautiful but doesn't last forever, just like the flowers only bloom for a short time. They also mean that spring is here, and it's time for people to come together and enjoy the beautiful flowers. Please enjoy our second graders reading some Basho haikus.
In this warm spring rain, lilies are frying from the eggplant seeds. Here you go. I followed the bird until it was on Hope Fine Small Island. All directions when spring petals of cherry into the mighty lake. He drinks morning tea. The monk is at peace with all chrysanthemums bloom. The temple bell stops, but the sound keeps coming out of the flowers. Rain, morning marvel, lovely nameless little hill on a sea of mist. The spring has come this morning, a nameless hill is shrouded in mist. First clover blossoms, wait and shake to spill, not one drop of dew. Spring is coming soon. The setting is right for a plum tree, the moon. Spring is breaking through. The morning mist tells the truth. What mountain is that? I like to drape the dust of this world in droplets of dew. Wet with morning dew, this melon splashed with mud looks especially cool.
my goodness, Fern. Haikus are so beautiful with their elegant 5-7-5 syllable structure, their deep description in such a short amount of words, their affiliation with nature. Their
Haikus are amazing, but you're being a bit excessive, Lincoln. Let's move on with our fourth graders and their Japanese clapping game.
Omochi o tsukimashou. Omochi o tsukimashou. Petanko, petanko, petan, petan, petanko. Shh, konete, shh, konete, shh, konete, konete, konete. Ton, 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 ton. Ton, 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 ton. Ton, 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 ton. Omochi o tsukimashou. Omochi o tsukimashou. Petanko, petanko, petan, petan, petanko. Shh, konete, shh, konete, shh, konete, konete, konete. Ton, 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 ton. Ton, 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 ton. Ton, 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 ton.
Fourth graders are cool and all, but you know what's even better?
I don't know, Paisley, what?
Kindergartners. Who's ready to be wowed as the kindergartners blow us away with their Chinese ribbon dance?
That was awesome. What a super performance.
What do you think it would take me to get back to kindergarten?
I don't know, Lincoln. I think you might have aged out.
Let's keep the show running, guys. Up next, I have the 7th and 8th graders performing a Tahitian dance.
Tahiti is an island that, similar to Hawaii, has Polynesian roots. This similarity, however, has not been the sole creator of their culture, as both Hawaii and Tahiti have beautiful and unique cultures.
Our next performance will be celebrating Khmer culture. Khmer people are native to Cambodia and have a culture rich in beautiful art, music, clothing, and more.
So let's give it up for our 7th and 8th graders as they perform their Khmer dance.
That was truly beautiful. Let's change things up and bring in some energy for our 3rd graders.
How's everyone doing? Y'all still awake? I said, are y'all still awake?
You won't want to be asleep for the second half of this show. We've got more dances, a solo, and even a big finale.
Let's welcome the 7th and 8th graders as they start us off with a Chinese jazz dance. It's so fascinating to see American culture intertwined with other cultures across the globe. That was phenomenal.
You know what else is phenomenal? Our 6th graders. Give them a warm welcome as they perform their Filipino candle dance.
They're late. So,
Hi, guys.
yeah, that's what's going on right now. Actually, this is the second time that this has happened.
So me and Fern have a dance to show you guys. We've been practicing, and they are gonna rate the dance, and you guys can rate the dance as well.
Aaron, cue the dance party lights.
If you can, if there's time.
And whatever,
fine
we
if
don't
there's
need
not.
music. We don't need music.
Can you beatbox?
All right, no, I'm not beatboxing.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. All right, now we gotta rate it out of 5. You think?
We need. Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
we need. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Just clap however loud you good you thought it was.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good.
I would give that like a 5 out of 5. Miss Lim, how are we looking on the Filipino candle dancers? All right, we need 2 more minutes. Mr. Soding, come up here, Mr. Soding. Oh, come on, Mr. Soding, faster. We all love Mr. Soding. Mr. Soding's awesome. Mr. Soding, you have anything to say to the crowd?
Great job. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's give it up for Mr. Soding.
Great guy. Great teacher.
All right.
What?
I'm not doing that.
Sing us
Grandma!
a song!
Akema! Hi. Have anything to say to the crowd?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess she's shy. Paisley, you want to sing?
No, I'm good.
I can't sing. My throat is dead. You don't want me to sing.
Just Gaston in the play, that's all.
I can't sing right now. My throat.
Oh, okay.
It's not working.
Yeah,
Lincoln should sing.
How about me and Francine?
Cue the music.
Usually
We'll have to wait
this
for like
track
10
ready.
seconds.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like
6th grade Filipino dancers are ready to perform. Let's give them a round of applause.
So who's ready to listen to some K-pop? K-pop is a massively influential genre that has been gaining popularity since the 2000s.
K-pop bands such as Blackpink, BTS, and 50/50 have become a staple in music culture today.
So let's give it up for our 7th and 8th grade K-pop dancers.
bubbles in our hearts. 시작은 항상 다 잃은 것처럼 엔딩은 마치 승리한 것처럼 겁나지 않고 마음을 서둘러 내 모양대로 이제 더 이상 신경 쓰지 않아 어디에서도
we've had a lot of dances, but what about a solo? Let's give a massive cheer for our very own singing queen, Sophia Arieta.
Don't you notice the bird What's a girl to
That was so beautiful. Sylvia's voice never fails to amaze me. Let's pivot back to dance for our 7th and 8th Filipino dancers coming to the stage.
Thank you.
we've had dances, songs, and poetry. Can this assembly get any better?
I think it can. Prepare yourself because you're about to be blown away by the 6th graders and their Syrian dance.
So lucky to have such a talented group of 6th grade dancers and a culture-filled school.
We might be coming close to the end of our show, but trust me, we've been saving the best for last.
Who's ready for the Punjabi, Indian, and Pakistani group to take the stage?
लड़कों के दिलों में तू आग लगा दे बेबी फायर नकली से नखरे तू करे जब देखे हमें झूठी लायर
We've got one last performance before our finale.
Already? Well, let's make the most of it. Let's give a thunderous applause as the Vietnamese fan dance takes the stage.
You know what time it is, Paisley?
I think, but just to make sure we're on the same page, why don't you tell me?
It's finale time.
Please make sure that the aisles are clear because we're about to have a fashion show. That performance, unfortunately, will end our AAPI assembly. Let's give all our performers one last round of applause.
But none of this would be possible without our choreographers, teachers, and MCs. Let's give it up for them as well.
I was going to have a whole spiel about how amazing Miss Lamb is, but then Mr. Schwartz took it. So then I was going to have a whole spiel about how amazing Miss Cesario is, then Miss Lamb took it. So let's just give a round of applause for everybody else that helped out.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Please exit through the door in the hallway near the back of the auditorium.